Today, we're diving into the top 7 most impactful natural disasters of the last 100 years. From mighty storms to devastating pandemics, buckle up for a thrilling journey into the power and legacy of Mother Nature's most formidable moments. You won't believe what's at number 1. I'd tell you about it in this top 7. Hi Ed lovers, Jay here, and welcome to EdPOP, your go-to channel for the best science facts and curiosities you won't find anywhere else. But before we get started, be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss a new video. Top 7 it is. Number 7. Hurricane Katrina, 2005. Coming in at number 7, we have Hurricane Katrina, a natural disaster that shocked the world back in 2005. Known for its immense power and catastrophic consequences, Katrina was no ordinary storm. It was one of those rare moments where nature decided to pull out all the stops and remind us who's really in charge. Hurricane Katrina first showed its might in the warm waters of the Atlantic, gathering strength until it was a force to be reckoned with. How forceful, you ask? We're talking about wind speeds that peaked at a jaw-dropping 175 miles per hour. Imagine the strongest gust of wind you've ever felt, and then multiply that feeling 100-fold. And the rain! More than a foot of rainfall was dumped in many areas, turning streets into rivers and homes into islands. Unfortunately, this watery onslaught was just the beginning of the tragedy. The storm claimed more than 1,200 lives and caused a mind-boggling $125 billion in damage, making it one of the costliest natural disasters in U.S. history. The effects on New Orleans and the surrounding regions were especially heartbreaking. The city, with its vibrant culture and spirited people, found itself in the throes of an unimaginable crisis. Neighborhoods were drowned, lives were upended, and the city was brought to its knees. And then there's the controversy. The response to Katrina raised eyebrows and heated debates around the world. From the delay in declaring a state of emergency to the struggles with evacuation and relief efforts, many believe that this disaster was as much a failure of human systems as it was a demonstration of nature's power. But remember folks, we're only at number 7. If Katrina has already set your heart racing, brace yourself for what's to come. Number 6. The Great Kanto Earthquake, 1923. Our journey through time and turbulence takes us next to the land of the rising sun. At number 6, we encounter the Great Kanto Earthquake of 1923, a disaster that forever changed Japan. Picture the year 1923. Japan was a nation in the throes of modernization, its capital Tokyo a buzzing hive of industry and innovation. But on the fateful day of September 1st, the Earth decided to shake things up, literally. The earthquake struck with a gut-wrenching magnitude of 7.9. Its epicenter near the densely populated Tokyo-Yokohama metropolitan area. Think about it for a moment. That's like having a pile of dynamite equivalent to several thousand Hiroshima bombs going off underground. But the earthquake was just the opening act. Fires, fueled by broken gas lines and wooden buildings, swept across cities. A tsunami charged in from the sea, swallowing coastal towns whole. When the dust finally settled, the death toll was estimated at about 140,000. It's a figure that gives us pause, reminding us of the staggering human cost of these events. Yet, from the ashes of the Great Kanto Earthquake rose a nation stronger and wiser. The disaster sparked significant changes in Japan's approach to urban planning and construction. Building codes were revised, infrastructure was upgraded, and emergency preparedness became a national priority. The Japanese people turned their tragedy into a catalyst for change. Talk about a wake-up call from Mother Nature, huh? And to think, we're only halfway through our countdown. Trust me, you'll want to stick around for the rest. Number 5. The Bhola Cyclone, 1970. At number 5, we move to a lesser-known but equally devastating disaster, the Bhola Cyclone of 1970. This tempestuous titan tore through Bangladesh with a fury that remains unparalleled in the annals of tropical cyclones. Picture a typical November evening in the coastal areas of Bangladesh. People going about their lives, unaware of impending maelstrom. Out in the Bay of Bengal, a monstrous cyclone was brewing, with wind speeds escalating to an astonishing 115 miles per hour. When the cyclone made landfall, it was not just the winds that wrought havoc. The towering storm surge, about 20 feet high, roared onto the shores. Homes, crops, livestock, nothing was safe from its watery wrath. When it comes to the death toll, the numbers are staggering and deeply sobering. It's estimated that up to 500,000 lives were claimed by the Bhola Cyclone, making it one of the deadliest tropical cyclones in recorded history. The tragedy was compounded by the lack of an early warning system. Many residents had no idea what was coming until it was too late, a hard lesson on the importance of disaster preparedness. And if the cyclone itself wasn't impactful enough, consider this. The widespread anger over the perceived mishandling of the disaster response played a crucial role in sparking the Bangladesh Liberation War, a devastating storm stirring up a storm of a different kind. Nature's fury, human tragedy, and a nation's birth. The Bhola Cyclone packs quite a punch. And we're only halfway through our countdown. What could possibly top this? Stay tuned to find out. Number 4. The Sichuan Earthquake, 2008. Hey, wait! Now's the time. Subscribe to the channel to be entertained while learning. It's free! Sliding into our number 4 spot, we travel to China and take a sobering look at the catastrophic Sichuan Earthquake of 2008. The ground shook, buildings crumbled, and in a matter of moments, the world was reminded again of the devastating power of Mother Nature. On the morning of May 12th, the tranquility of Sichuan province was shattered by an earthquake of a staggering 7.9 magnitude. That's equivalent to the detonation of about 1 billion kilograms of TNT. It's hard to even fathom that level of power. The devastation was immediate and far-reaching. Over 87,000 lives were lost, and millions more were displaced. Entire towns were leveled, and the landscape of Sichuan was irrevocably altered. The echoes of this event still reverberate through the region, a stark reminder of the day the earth shook with wrath. Yet, amidst the rubble and the heartache, a glaring issue came to light. Many of the buildings that crumbled like sandcastles were not just victims of the earthquake's force, but were tragically ill-equipped to withstand it. Schools, homes, factories. The poor construction of these structures turned them into death traps when the earthquake struck. The Sichuan earthquake was a wake-up call, prompting China and other countries worldwide to reassess their building codes and practices. It was a harsh lesson, learned in the harshest of classrooms, that our human-made structures need to be resilient against the forces of nature. If you're feeling a bit shaken up, brace yourself. We're moving closer to the number 1 spot, and trust me, you won't want to miss what's coming next. Number 3. The Indian Ocean Earthquake and Tsunami, 2004. Moving up to number 3, we plunge into the deep blue sea. The year was 2004, and beneath the waves of the Indian Ocean, an undersea monster was awakening. This was no mythical leviathan, but something far more real and infinitely more destructive. A megathrust earthquake, one of the strongest ever recorded. On December 26th, while many were still basking in the glow of holiday celebrations, the Earth's tectonic plates violently shifted. This seismic event unleashed an incredible amount of energy, equivalent to over 1,500 Hiroshima nuclear bombs. But the earthquake was just the overture. The main event, a colossal tsunami, soon followed. Enormous waves, some taller than a 5-story building, radiated across the Indian Ocean, reaching 14 countries. The coasts of Indonesia, Thailand, Sri Lanka, India, and the Maldives bore the brunt of this watery onslaught. The human cost was staggering. An estimated 230,000 to 280,000 lives were lost, making this disaster one of the deadliest in history. The devastation prompted a massive global response, with billions in aid pouring in from around the world. If there's a silver lining to this cloud, it's that the 2004 catastrophe spurred major improvements in tsunami warning systems. Today, we're better equipped to predict and prepare for these events. A tragic but necessary evolution in our relationship with the ocean. With 2 more disasters to unveil, we continue our journey through history's most impactful natural disasters. Stay with us, because you won't believe what tops our list. Number 2, the Haiti Earthquake, 2010. Securing our number 2 spot, we zoom in on a small island nation known for its vibrant culture and resilient spirit, Haiti. But in 2010, this Caribbean country faced an adversary of terrifying proportions, a severe earthquake that sent shockwaves around the world. January 12, 2010 started like any other day in the bustling capital city of Port-au-Prince. But at 4:53 p.m., the earth roared. With a magnitude of 7.0 and an epicenter just 16 miles from the densely populated capital, the earthquake wreaked instant havoc. In less than a minute, entire neighborhoods were reduced to rubble, landmarks crumbled, and the capital was plunged into chaos. The death toll was immense, with estimates ranging from 100 to 160,000. It's a grim testament to the earthquake's brutal force. But the tremors of that fateful day didn't just subside into silence. They marked the start of a long, grueling journey of recovery for an already struggling nation. Infrastructure was decimated, and essential services collapsed, making the recovery process a Herculean task. The global response to the Haiti earthquake was swift and substantial, with countries and organizations pledging billions in aid. Yet, despite the outpouring of support, the road to recovery has been long and filled with obstacles. The Haiti earthquake is a sobering reminder of how, in the blink of an eye, our world can be turned upside down. But as we've seen time and again, it's not just about the disaster. It's about the strength, resilience, and determination that emerge from the rubble. And now, brace yourself for our number one most impactful natural disaster of the last 100 years. The anticipation is palpable, isn't it? Stay tuned. Number 1. The Spanish flu pandemic, 1918 to 1919. As we reach the pinnacle of our countdown, we encounter a disaster of a different kind, invisible yet relentless, and ultimately the deadliest of them all. At number 1, we have the Spanish flu pandemic of 1918 and 1919, a biological disaster that swept across the globe like a shadow of death. Unlike the earthquakes, cyclones, and tsunamis we've explored, the Spanish flu was not a violent display of nature's fury, but a silent, insidious invader. It was an H1N1 influenza virus, but its impact was more akin to a global natural disaster. The numbers tell a chilling story. An estimated 500 million people, about 1/3 of the world's population at that time, became infected. The death toll? Anywhere between 20 to 50 million, potentially even more. It's a scale of devastation that outstrips even the deadliest wars and earthquakes. Society was rocked to its core. Schools, businesses, and factories closed. Everyday life was halted by the invisible enemy. Sound familiar? Fast forward to today, and we see echoes of the Spanish flu in our recent experience with the COVID-19 pandemic. Yet, amid the gloom, there's a glimmer of hope. Just as the Spanish flu led to significant advances in public health and disease control, the COVID-19 pandemic is transforming how we respond to health crises today. In the face of such disasters, we adapt, we learn, and we grow stronger. All right, folks, that's a wrap for today's thrilling journey through the most impactful natural disasters of the last century. If you found this video enlightening, don't forget to hit the like button, share it with your friends, and subscribe to our channel for more intriguing content. We've got a universe of topics to explore together. No spoilers, but our next video might just take you into the fascinating and slightly baffling world of quantum physics. Thanks for tuning in, and remember, stay curious, stay excited, and keep discovering. This is your host, signing off.